It's the fifth year in a row Baltimore will be hosting the 2025 Food Line Central Intercollegiate Athletic Association basketball tournament, better known as CIAA.
A dozen HBCU men's and women's basketball teams have flocked to Charm City. You know what time it is. The CIAA tournament back at CFG Bank Arena.
The CIAA, the nation's oldest historically black athletic conference, is in Baltimore this week.
While athletes are lacing up their sneakers for the CIAA tournament, people are hitting the streets to make sure they're clean for the public.
Thousands of visitors are in Baltimore this week for the games and the festivities. And there's a small army of folks making sure that Charm City sparkles. Young men were out yesterday picking up trash, sweeping the streets, and changing out garbage bags. This is a collaborative effort between Downtown Partnership of Baltimore and the Mayor's Office of African American Male Engagement.
My name is Dr. Andre Bundley. I'm the director of the Mayor's Office of African American Male Engagement. It was a group of 4 of us 7 years ago. We opened the Mayor's Office of African American Male Engagement, modeled from the Mayor's Office of African American Male Engagement in Philadelphia. And so when we started the office, the first thing we did was look at the statistics of the number of African American males within Baltimore. And through our research, we realized there were 186,000 African American males within the city of Baltimore from the ages of birth up through individuals who are, now I'm reaching that category, the older guys. We looked at Mission 186 and we said that all of those individuals have a stake in helping to build what we want this office to become.
Well, first, I want to thank Downtown Partnership for collaborating with our agency, MOAAME, and giving our young people an opportunity to do this work down here. So I just want to say thank you from myself. I know I speak for my colleagues as well. Thank you and your team for allowing us to collaborate and do this work. Much appreciated. We back. How many of you who's done CIAA before? You and you? Okay, and this is your first time?
Yeah, so my name is Vernon Horton. My position is Manager of Youth Engagement. I manage the process of engaging youth, finding out what their particular needs are, what resources they are currently in need of, and then I connect them to that particular resource. So if a youth is in need of housing, or they're in need of being re-engaged back in school, I take ownership and I facilitate that process of getting them re-engaged back into that particular resource.
Man, I'm excited. One of the reasons why I'm excited is because all of the programming that we do at our center, the job retention, conflict resolution, all those different things, we get to put them into practice in real time. We get to come out here and put our skill sets to the test. It's, to utilize, what we've learned since we started our programming season up at MOAAME. We represent ourselves first, and then we represent our office. We are an extension of our office, right? So of course, make sure that we're professional, make sure we're in our best behavior, but more importantly, make sure you all have fun. Enjoy your work and take pride in it, okay? One thing I left out, the opportunity. So when we've been out here in the past few years, there have been young people that came to work for CIAA, for the cleaning corps, that actually ended up getting hired full time. Ms. Wade and brought them on. So you all have up close interaction and engagement with managers and staff that you can talk to, but they're also watching to look at your work ethic, your professionalism, to see how well you do. And you may possibly be extended an opportunity. So also bear that in mind as well. Okay?
Everybody who works in this office, our individuals, again, as I stated earlier, have been handpicked. And one of the things that I looked at when I interviewed everybody, one of the things that I looked for, I looked to see if the individual had the capacity to build quality, connected relationships with the individuals we serve. Quality connected relationships involve giving your word, being able to keep your word, being able to be competent at the issues that our young people bring to our face, being able to be consistent with them. Because if you have character, you have competent, and you're consistent, on the other side of the equation, it's a word equation, you get credibility.
You agree with me? Give me some love.
Initially when I came, I oversaw the fishermen. We had a program called the Fisherman Program. The Fisherman Program was designed specifically to go out, engage the young people that squeegee. So you would see me on President and Lombard, President and Pratt, MLK, Washington. I went to all of those different intersections and I engaged those young people right where they were. That was my initial role and responsibility. I got their information. I had to get them up here to the office, get their intake done, do a personal growth plan with them and find out specifically what it was that they were in need of and help to build up a game plan, if you will, based on goals and objectives, so on and so forth. That was my initial work. I just recently got promoted to this position a little over a year ago. Was I nervous a little bit? Yes, but when I tell you I absolutely love this kind of work, I love it. And the reason why I love it is because when I look at our young people, when you look at your Elijahs and your DeMontes, I see myself. Some of those same traumas that our young people have experienced and are experiencing right now in real time, I went through a good amount of them, a great deal of them. And I was able to overcome them through mentorship, through programs, through me being determined and making up my mind that I would change the narrative and the direction of my life. And I wouldn't allow, context and neighborhood and environment, those situations that I came out of, I would not allow them to shape the direction of my life.
My name is DeMonte Howard. I'm from West Baltimore, Sandtown area. Raised in Fulton, 17. What got me to squeezing? Like my big brothers and them, my friends and them. There's me being a kid, 8, 9 years old out there, little, just getting money, just trying to stay out the way, trying to feed my family.
Oh, squeezing? Oh, that's just something that we grew up doing. Like, that's like something like we grew up like in the neighborhood doing. We were bored, trying to find something to do.
The whole community was fun vibes. Nobody fighting, nobody shooting, just vibe, people laughing.
So what is, why do you think people look down on it so much? Because you're just expressing how good it was, basically kept y'all from doing bad. So why do you think people look at it so different?
Because they don't understand.
What don't they understand?
They don't understand our situation. They don't understand. They never been through what we've been through, so they're not gonna understand. If you never been through what we never been through, so you're not gonna understand. Feel me? You probably came up with a good family. You've been spending food already, so you don't know how it feel to go get it on your own. So you're gonna judge us just because we out there on the street, but you don't know us for a can of paint. How about you talk to us, understand us? Then maybe we can go from there. But they just don't understand.
You want somebody to be grateful with you giving them, be grateful what we doing too. Because we could be doing something totally different, you know what I mean? Could be, you feel me, snacks and change. We could be taking shoes. We could be doing anything out here, you know what I mean? Like, you don't know what people be doing out here just to be honest and make an honest dollar. So.
When we reach our young people, we reach them in their space. We don't necessarily have them come to this space. We go to the space where they are, wherever they might be.
We go to the corners. I'd introduce myself. How are you? And somebody asked me one day, they said, Vernon, you aren't afraid? You aren't afraid to go on Edmondson Avenue and Poplar Grove? And my response, and it came naturally, I didn't think about it, but I told this individual, I said, I'm not afraid because I love them. I didn't feel fear. It was live. I had an overwhelming sense of love and I saw somebody that was in need. I see people that are in need, young people that are in need. So I just feel like I'm responsible, and I have something to offer, and I can do something to help. So
Elijah is my most recent relationship, right? And it's all about the narrative. Elijah was on the corner squeegeeing. I saw Elijah twice before I stopped and engaged Elijah. I was watching him. Elijah's 6'3", African-American, has a beautiful smile. I watched Elijah engage the motorist. Some of the things that I saw in other individuals, I saw Elijah was very respectful. He was, when people waved him off, he bowed to him, thank you anyway. Very polite young man. So then I saw, like I said, on the third time, I said, I realized I do this all the time, and my staff, we do this all the time. So I said, let me engage Elijah, let me see what he's about.
At first, I was like, all right. I would, he would talk and everything, and I would just, you feel me? I would like, okay, yeah. Because that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking about money right now. So, because, a lot of Black Americans, when you've been put in the foster care system, and you've been in schools and all of that, you got people that in and out of your life, so you get you kind of brush stuff off. You learn how to brush stuff off and brush people off. Okay, yeah, he gone. All right, who next? You know what I mean? So it becomes a usual, but he came, he was keep coming around.
I said, what you want? He said, man, I want a job. I said, you don't want no job, Elijah. I do, man, I do want a job. So I said, okay. Elijah, you can't be out here. I gave Elijah a couple dollars, said, get on away from here. I didn't look to see if he left, because I didn't want to be disappointed. But when I came back through there, he wasn't there, right? And I said, the next time I saw Elijah, I said, I'm gonna give him a card. Then the next time I saw Elijah, I gave him a card. I said, you want a job? He said, yeah. I said, call this number. And he had this big smile on his face.
And he gave me a couple of dollars, and then the next time he gave me a card. And then it was like, I was like, damn, yeah, I need it for real, because I'm getting flashbacks, I'm on the Sweetie block. They asked me how old I am. I'm like, damn, I'm 21, and I got a kid. So it was like, okay, it's not looking right too. I need to hurry up. I need to push this a little faster.
I get home, Elijah hit my phone the same day. Then the next day he called me. Then I give Elijah's name to one of my colleagues. I said, call him immediately. He called Elijah. I said, did he pick up? He said, yes, he picked up. He'll be up here tomorrow.
That was it. I came up here. That day, I even lost my phone coming up here. I lost my phone. I was trying to hurry up. And I made sure I got up here. Because I really thought it was another Thursday. But I was like, let me make sure let me come up here just in case. If he say there's no interview today, then I got to come Thursday, then I'll come Thursday. But just come up here just in case.
I come up here tomorrow, the next day that is, right? And Elijah was sitting here. And Elijah is here. Elijah's gonna be successful because DeMonte, whom you asked about, is successful.
Where I'm from, you got some old heads that you just be talking, just a talk. And we look at old heads like, man, y'all don't know nothing. You feel me? But he come into my life and really keep me in a buck and keeping his word. Like the program he was telling me, stuff like that, like how they do this and do that, and then I came here and I experienced it myself. Like I said, a lot of people that I come from just be talking, just a talk. But when I really sat and came here myself and really seen other people that's doing it, so I'm like, all right, he for real. He ain't one of these people out there that just be talking. He really stand on business. So that's what I like about him. He stand on business, he keep it real with us. He ain't no sugarcoat.
DeMonte's my guy, beautiful young brother. He's one of our peer leaders. And I use DeMonte's success to kind of like highlight to some of our other young people You know, this is DeMonte. Look at what he's been. Look at what he's been through, and then look at him now.
It's like family here. It's like family. Like this is like you don't gotta hide from where you don't gotta hide where your problems are. You come here, you can talk to anybody in here, and they gonna give you the real, and that's it. Like that's it. Like, and I love expressing my feelings, because I know when I was little, I couldn't express my feelings nowhere else. But this better, please, I can. And I got people that ain't gonna judge me about it, ain't gonna throw it in my face, nothing. They gonna rock with me.
Well, the highlight of my job is, along with my colleagues, is to try to find a way to connect with the kids and have them to understand that we care. We truly care for them from the heart, and try to find a way to connect with them so that we can inspire them to believe in themselves so that they can become successful in life. You have to meet a young brother where he's at. You can't go over top his head, or you can't go on. You have to meet him where he's at. One of my greatest challenges was to establish a bond and build on that bond so that it could turn into a foundation. And at that point, they begin to trust you, and then they begin to tell you things that they wouldn't ordinarily tell the average person.
My dream is just to make it in life. Just to get people to understand me and understand my brothers, and understand that we not just no wild brothers out here. Like, we got some good heads on our shoulders. So that's my dream.
My goal is to help every young male, right? Every young male in Baltimore City, help them to realize their dreams, right? Help to guide them. If they're engaged in an activity that could possibly, cause them to lose their freedom or cause them to lose their life. I'm just being very explicit. I want to do something to thwart that. I want to be a part of the process of, lowering the murder rate in Baltimore to the point where there aren't any murders. Like, that's my goal. I want to help save our young brothers.
Our young people can be whatever they want to be. They can be positive and constructive. Everybody just needs some guidance. But how could they ever be great if no one shows them and guides them toward greatness?